કંપની નહીં, કોઈ વચેટીઓ નહીં. અને તમને પાછો મોબાઈલમાં મેસેજ આવી જાય કે પૈસા પહોંચી ગયા. અત્યાર સુધીમાં 2 લાખ કરોડ રૂપિયા ખેડૂતોના ખાતાઓમાં જમા કરાયા છે. અને આપણા અહીંયા જ લગભગ આપણા જિલ્લામાં 470 કરોડ રૂપિયા પહોંચાડે છે. અહીં જે ખેડૂતો બેઠા છે એમના ખિસ્સામાં આવ્યા હશે 470 કરોડ રૂપિયા. બોલો
In North Gujarat itself, 470
સામાન્ય માનવીની શક્તિની ચિંતા હતી. બીજી વચ્ચે કોઈ વચોટીઓ ઘૂસવા ના જો, કોઈ કટકી કંપની નહીં, કાકા મામા વાળો કોઈ નહીં. હું સીધા પૈસા ખેડૂતને મોકલું. આ કામ આપણે કર્યું. હું તો જોઉં છું માતાઓ બહેનોના જે મને આશીર્વાદ મળે છે ને, અદભુત આશીર્વાદ છે, અદભુત આશીર્વાદ છે. આખા દેશમાંથી ભાઈઓ જે પ્રકારે દેશભરમાંથી આપણને મદદ મળી રહી છે, માતાઓ બહેનોના જે આશીર્વાદ મળી રહ્યા છે, એના કારણે અહીંયા અમારા ડોક્ટર રાજુલબેન બેઠા છે. કદાચ પાટણમાં પહેલી વાર આટલું બધું ભણેલા કોઈ ઉમેદવાર આવ્યા હશે. મારે ત્યાં ભારત સરકારમાં રાજુલબેન નેશનલ વિમેન કમિશનમાં કામ કરતા હતા અને આખા દેશમાં પ્રવાસ કરતા હતા. અને પ્રવાસ કરીને પછી રિપોર્ટ કરવા આવે ત્યારે મને કહે કે સાહેબ આખા દેશમાં માતાઓ બહેનો તમને આશીર્વાદ આપે છે, આખા દેશમાં.
I get a lot of blessings from all of you and from the entire country as well.
અને પાટણમાં તો માતૃશક્તિ માટે કાંઈ કહેવાની જરૂર નહીં ભાઈઓ. આ મારું સિદ્ધપુર માના શ્રાદ્ધ માટેની જગ્યા. પિતૃ શ્રાદ્ધ જેમ ગયામાં જાય, માતૃ શ્રાદ્ધ મોક્ષ કર્મ કરવા માટે અર્પણની ભૂમિ મારું આ સિદ્ધપુર. આ પાવનધરા અને આવનારા 25 વર્ષમાં ભાઈઓ બહેનો ગુજરાતને વિકસિત ગુજરાત બનાવવું છે. એમાં ગુજરાતની નારી શક્તિની ભૂમિકા ખૂબ મોટી રહેવાની છે. આ નારી શક્તિના સામર્થ્યને ભારતીય જનતા પાર્ટી સરકારનું સૌભાગ્ય છે. એને માતાઓ બહેનો બેટીઓ એના જીવનને આસાન બનાવવા માટે અનેકવિધ કદમ ઉઠાયા અને દીકરીઓને અવસર મળે એના માટે જેટલું થઈ શકે એટલું કર્યું. ભાજપ સરકારે બેટી બચાવો બેટી પઢાઓ ત્યાંથી લઈને આજે સેનામાં મારા ગુજરાતની દીકરીઓ છે. અને આખા દેશમાં મોટા પાયે પર દીકરીઓ આજે દેશની રક્ષા કરવા માટે ખભે બંદૂક લઈને ઉભી થઈ ગયા. ભૈયા આ કામ આપણે કર્યું છે. આજે જીવનના પ્રત્યેક પડાવ પર, જીવન ચક્રના દરેક પડાવ પર માતાઓ બહેનોની મુસીબત દૂર કરવાનું કામ આ સરકાર કરી રહી છે. શૌચાલય હોય, ઘર હોય, ગેસ કનેક્શન હોય, ઇલાજની સુવિધા હોય, સ્વરોજગારની માટે મુદ્રા યોજના હોય, ભાજપ સરકાર પૂરા સમર્પિત ભાવથી આજે એમનું કામ કરતી હોય છે. ભાઈઓ બહેનો, આયુષ્માન યોજના એણે તો માતાઓ બહેનોને એક મોટી તાકાત આપી છે. આમ તો આખા કુટુંબને આપી છે. ઘરમાં આજે કોઈ બીમારી મોટી થઈ જાય ને,
The BJP government has taken several steps to make life easier and better for the women as well, especially policies like Ayushman Yojana that has helped the women as well.
બહેનો કોઈ માંદી પડી હોય તો માં ઘરમાં કોઈને કહે જ નહીં બીમારી છે. ગમે તેટલી શરીરમાં તકલીફ થતી હોય, દુઃખ થતું હોય, કામ ના થઈ શકે તોય બિચારી ઘરમાં રસોઈ બનાવે, બધું કામ કરે, બોલે જ નહીં. આપણી માતાઓનો
Usually the women of our house
કેમ
suffer in silence and they do not speak up about the medical issues that they might be facing,
માંદગી થઈ જાય
thinking about the kind of pressure it would also put on the rest of the family and the household.
મોટું આવશે કે છોકરા દેવાના ડુંગરમાં ડૂબી જશે. અને
Women of the house are concerned about the medical bills.
દેવાના ડુંગર નીચે દબાડીને જવું નથી. ભલે હું 2 વર્ષ વહેલી મરું તો મરું, દુઃખ સહન કરવું પડે તો કરું, પણ હું છોકરાને દેવાદાર નહીં બનાવું. અને આપણે
they do not want to be a burden on the rest of the household and hence they suffer in silence.
ગંભીર માંદગી હોય, પીડા સહન કરે. મારી માતાઓને આવી પીડા થતી હોય તો તમારો દિલ્હીમાં દીકરો જે બેઠો છે એનું શું કામ ભાઈ? આ દીકરો શું કામનો? મારી માતાઓ બહેનોને તકલીફ થતી હોય દીકરાનું દિલ્હીમાં કામ શું? અને આ માતાઓ બહેનોને ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને અમે આયુષ્માન યોજના બનાવી. દરેક કુટુંબને
keeping the women in mind,
5 લાખ
we
રૂપિયા સુધીનો
started the
ખર્ચો
Ayushman Yojana.
દિલ્હીથી તમારો આ દીકરો નિભાવ છે ભાઈઓ. અને આજે તમારી ઉંમર 30 વર્ષની હોય ને અને 80 વર્ષ જો જીવવાના હોય તો 5 કરોડ રૂપિયા તમારા ખાતામાં તમારા નામે આ સરકાર તૈયાર રાખશે. ગમે ત્યારે માંદગી થાય તમારી ચિંતા કરશે ભાઈઓ. આ કામ આપણે કર્યું છે ભાઈઓ બહેનો. ઉત્તર ગુજરાત એટલે પાણીનું સંકટ કાયમ માટે. પાણીની બને તો
We know
યાદ
that
છે
there is a
અમારા
water shortage issue in the north of Gujarat.
ચાણસમાની અંદર એક ચેકડેમ બનાવ્યો હતો અને દિલીપજીએ તો મને ખાસ દિલીપજી ફોટા લઈને આવ્યા. મને કે સાહેબ આ ચેકડેમ બનાવ્યો 3 કિલોમીટર પાણી ભરાણું છે. 5 કિલોમીટર અને એના ફોટા પણ એને આખો આમ આનંદ હતો. મને ખબર છે પાણીની તાકાત શું હોય છે ભાઈઓ. વિકસિત ગુજરાતના લક્ષ્યની અંદર પાણીના સંકટમાંથી મુક્તિ, પાણીના સંકટની બાધા દૂર કરવી, આના માટે આપણે આમ કામ કર્યું. અને ભાઈઓ બહેનો આ સંકટની દીવારને પણ આપણે હટાવી દીધી. ગયા 20 વર્ષમાં અકાળ, સુખવા, દુષ્કાળ, સુજલામ સુફલામ દ્વારા લીલીછમ ધરતી બનાવવાનું કામ કર્યું છે ભાઈઓ. અને ત્યાં સિંચાઈના દાયરાને પણ
Availability of water and
નિરંતર વધારી રહ્યા
irrigation.
છે. પાણીના નવા
And under the Sidhu Moose Wala Yojana that has been made possible for
2 પાક 3 પાક ખેડૂત અમારો લેતો રહે એની અમે ચિંતા કરી છે ભાઈઓ.
farmers of Gujarat.
આપણો પાટણ તો બાજરો પાકે. નાના ખેડૂતો બાજરાની ખેતી કરે. આ બાજરાને કોઈ પૂછે નહીં. અમીરોને તો એમ લાગે આ તો બધું ગરીબોનું ખાવાનું. સાહેબ આપણે આખી દુનિયા બદલી નાખી. બોલો તમને થશે કેવી રીતે બદલી? મેં યુનાઇટેડ નેશનને એક પત્ર લખ્યો અને મેં લખ્યો કે ભાઈ આ અમારા ત્યાં જે નાના ખેડૂતો બાજરો ને જુવાર ને રાગીના
Written a letter to the United Nations.
એ શરીર માટે ઉત્તમમાં ઉત્તમ ખોરાક છે. શરીરના વિકાસ માટે ઉત્તમ ખોરાક, બધા પ્રકારના ગુણવાળો ખોરાક હોય તો આ બાજરો જુવાર ને એવું બધું છે.
And had spoken about the health benefits of how
2023 નું વર્ષ મિલેટ યર,
The yield of the
મિલેટ યર એટલે
small scale
જાડા
farmers
અનાજ
will
વાળું
also
વર્ષ. આખી દુનિયા આવનારું વર્ષ આ 1 મહિના પછી જે વર્ષ શરૂ થશે ને આખી દુનિયા આ મિલેટ યર ઉજવવાની છે. આપણો બાજરો,
With crops like
આપણી
millet as well.
જુવાર, આપણું આ રાગી આખી દુનિયામાં એનો ડંકો વાગવાનો છે ભાઈ. આ નાના ખેડૂતોની ચિંતા કરવાનું કામ આપણે કરીએ છીએ ભાઈઓ બહેનો.
like bajra, jowar and other
કામ
crops as
મને
well
યાદ છે હું નાનો હતો
that
ત્યારે
are
બે વાત સાંભળતો. તમને
in
પણ
demand
યાદ હશે.
internationally.
હું અહીંયા પાટણમાં રહેતો ત્યારે કાયમ સાંભળ્યું પાટણ ભીલડી રેલવે લાઈન. યાદ આવે છે ભાઈ? અને પેલી બાજુ મોડાસા કપડવંજ રેલવે લાઈન. કાયમ માટે મોડાસા કપડવંજ રેલવે લાઈનનું આંદોલન ચાલે, કાયમ પાટણ ભીલડી રેલવે લાઈનનું આંદોલન ચાલે. સાહેબ કોંગ્રેસ વાળાની આંદોલનો ચાલ્યા કરે, પરવા જ નહોતી. આજે તો અમે પાટણને જોધપુર સાથે જોડી દીધું ભાઈ. જોધપુર સાથે વિકાસ કેવી રીતે કરાય, કનેક્ટિવિટીનું શું મહત્વ છે
We have also made a huge push towards connectivity
હવે સૌર ઉર્જા છે
and railway lines that have connected not just
પાટણ આજે દેશમાં
intrastate but also interstate.
સૂર્યશક્તિની મોટી ક્રાંતિ કરનારું કેન્દ્ર બની ગયું છે. આજે ભારતની અંદર સૌર ઉર્જામાં દુનિયાની અંદર સૌથી અગ્રણી દેશ તરીકે ભારત સૌર ઉર્જા ઉત્પાદનની અંદર બની રહ્યો છે અને ભારતનું નામ રોશન થઈ રહ્યું છે. આજે સૌર ઉર્જા દ્વારા વાત આપણું ચારણકા કેવડો મોટો સોલાર પાર્ક બનાવી દીધો અને એના કારણે આજુબાજુના લોકોની પણ આવકના કેટલા બધા સાધનો વધી ગયા એ તમે જુઓ છો. અને વીજળી ઘર આંગણે
Keeping in mind the use
અને
of solar
અન્નદાતા
energy
ઉર્જાદાતા બને
as well,
ત્યાં
we
સુધીનું
have
કામ
made
કરી
several
દીધું
solar
ભાઈ બહેનો.
parks.
અને હવે તો પાટણ જિલ્લો ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજનનું મથક બની જશે. ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજનનું મથક. અને આવનારા દિવસોમાં ગાડીઓ જે પેટ્રોલથી ચાલે છે ને એ ગ્રીન હાઇડ્રોજનથી ચાલવાની જોજો તમે. ભાઈઓ બહેનો, મારા માટે ગર્વની છે. મેં અહીંયા
Patan has also become a hub of green hydrogen and which also has
પાટણ લઈ આવ્યો.
a future in the automobiles.
પાટણની અંદર પહેલી, અને એ વખતે વીર વેગમાયાના બલિદાનને યાદ કર્યું હતું. અને એના પછી તો આખા દેશ અને દુનિયાને ખબર પડી કે વીર વેગમાયાનું કેટલું મોટું બલિદાન હતું. પાણી માટે વીર મેઘમાયાએ કેટલું મોટું બલિદાન આપ્યું હતું. અને સામાજિક સમરસતા માટેનો મોટામાં મોટો સંદેશ આ મારી પાટણની ધરતી આપ્યો હતો. અને હવે તો આવનારા દિવસોમાં વીર મેઘમાયાના નામની એક ટપાલ ટિકિટ પણ આપણે બહાર પાડવાના છીએ. એ પણ આખા દુનિયાની અંદર પાટણનું નામ રોશન કરવાની છે. ભાઈઓ, કહેવાનો મારું તાત્પર્ય એ છે કે વિકાસની અનેક સંભાવનાઓ છે, પરંતુ આ ચૂંટણીમાં આ જિલ્લે આખો ભાજપનો જિલ્લો બનાવવો છે. આપણે બનાવશો. તમે મને કહો, મોંઘામાં મોંઘી સરસમાં સરસ ગાડી હોય, એ એકદમ ટોપ ગાડી, સરસમાં સરસ ડ્રાઈવર હોય, ભૂપેન્દ્ર હોય કે નરેન્દ્ર હોય, સરસમાં સરસ ડ્રાઈવર હોય, પણ એક ટાયર પંક્ચર થયેલું હોય તો એ ગાડી ચાલે? એ ગાડી આગળ લઈ જાય? ડ્રાઈવર સારામાં સારો હોય તો એ જાય ગાડી આગળ? ગમે તેટલી સરસ ગાડી હોય તો આગળ જાય? એક પંક્ચર થયું હોય તો ગાડી અટકી જાય કે ના અટકી જાય? એમ એક કમળ ન ખીલે તો આપણે રૂકાવટ આવે કે ના આવે? ભાઈ, આપણે બધા કમળ ખીલવવાના છે. ખીલવશો?
Just like a luxurious car and how much ever exorbitant it may be, if there is one tire that is punctured, it will not move. And similarly, if one place and one constituency also has
આવી જ રીતે થઈ છે ને, મારે કરવી પણ છે. અને એટલા માટે પાટણ જિલ્લાના વિકાસની વાત કરું છું. મારું બચપણ મેં જે પાટણમાં બતાવ્યું હોય ને, એ પાટણના ભાગ્યોદય માટે કામ કરવાની મારી પણ જવાબદારી છે. ભાઈઓ, આજે 100 રૂપિયાની નોટની પાછળ રાણકી વાવનો ફોટો છે. ભાઈ, હા, આ કામ અમે કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. ભાઈઓ બહેનો, આ ચૂંટણીમાં મારી તમારી પાસે એક અપેક્ષા છે. વધુમાં વધુ મતદાન કરાવશો? દરેક પોલિંગ બૂથમાં જશો? દરેક પોલિંગ બૂથના રેકોર્ડ તોડશો? જરા જોરથી બોલો તો ખબર પડે. એમ નહીં, જોરથી બોલો. હાથ ઉપર કરીને કહો તો. દરેક પોલિંગ બૂથમાં કરશો? 100% કરશો? મારું એક બીજું કામ, અંગત કામ કરશો? કરવાના હોય તો કહું, અંગત કામ છો. હાથ ઊંચા કરીને હા પાડો તો ખબર પડે મને. જરા જોરથી બોલો. કરશો? ઓર જોર સે કરશો? તો કામ આટલું કરવાનું. હજી ચૂંટણીના 2-4 દાડા બાકી છે. તમે બધા મતદાતાઓને ઘેર ઘેર મળવા જશો, દરેક પોલિંગ બૂથમાં જશો, મતદાનના દિવસે પણ બધા લાઈનમાં આવશે, મળશો. ત્યારે બધાને એક વાત કરજો. કરશો? હાથ ઊંચા કરીને બોલો. કરશો? એમને કહેજો કે આપણા નરેન્દ્રભાઈ પાટણ આવ્યા હતા. શું કહેશો?
Once again, when you go for the door-to-door campaign and speak to the booth-level workers as well, tell them that
ये प्रधानमंत्री आया था नहीं कहेવાનું ભાઈ.
Narendra Modi was here. Don't say that the Prime Minister was here.
દિલ્હીમાં, પાટણમાં તો આપણા નરેન્દ્રભાઈ.
I may be the Prime Minister in Delhi.
નરેન્દ્રભાઈ પાટણ
In
આયા
Patan, I am your Narendra Bhai.
અને તમને બધાને પ્રણામ પાઠવ્યા છે. આટલું કરશો? ઘેર ઘેર જઈને મારા પ્રણામ પહોંચાડશો? દરેક વડીલોના આશીર્વાદ માંગશો મારા માટે? આ વડીલોના આશીર્વાદ
I want you to go door to door and get
મારું સામર્થ્ય છે
and take blessings in
ઉર્જા
fact.
છે. મને આ પાટણ જિલ્લાના બધા જ વડીલોના આશીર્વાદ મળે, જેથી કરીને હું રાત દિવસ આ ભારત માતાની સેવા કરું, 130 કરોડ દેશવાસીઓની સેવા કરું. એટલા માટે ઘરે ઘરે જઈને મારું એક અંગત કામ તમે જરૂર કરજો કે આપણા નરેન્દ્રભાઈ પાટણ આવ્યા હતા, અમને તમને બધાને પ્રણામ પાઠવ્યા છે. બોલો ભારત માતા કી, ભારત માતા કી. ધન્યવાદ.
ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર સાહેબ આપનો. અમને સૌને
All right, so another rally that was addressed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Gujarat, campaigning on in full swing ahead of the second phase of polling on the 5th of December. And BJP working relentlessly, sounding confident of a thumping victory. Anti-Hindu graffiti were painted on the walls of Jawaharlal Nehru University in Delhi. The walls of the university were defaced with casteist hate slogans. Meanwhile, the college vice-chancellor condemned the act, taking serious note of the incident. Union Minister Smriti Irani, in her first reaction to casteist hate slogans at JNU, said educational institutions are being misused by certain elements in the society. This comes after JNU walls were defaced by anti-Hindu graffiti.
मानवीय मूल्यों के संचार के लिए जाने चाहिए। उन शैक्षिक संस्थानों में इस प्रकार की टिप्पणियां न सिर्फ समाज को आहत करती हैं बल्कि समाज के सामने एक प्रश्न भी उत्पन्न करती हैं कि ऐसे शैक्षिक संस्थान में इस प्रकार की गतिविधि करने वाले वो कौन लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि वो ये दुस्साहस करेंगे और दंडित नहीं होंगे।
BJP government in MP announcing that a committee will be formed for the implementation of Uniform Civil Code in the state. The announcement was made by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, where he asked why there were two personal laws in one country. He further said the time has come for the implementation of a common Uniform Civil Code.
भारत में अब समय आ गया है कि एक समान नागरिक संहिता लागू होनी चाहिए। एक से ज्यादा शादी क्यों करे कोई? एक देश में दो विधान क्यों चले? एक ही होना चाहिए। और मध्य प्रदेश में भी मैं कमेटी बना रहा हूं। समान नागरिक संहिता, एक पत्नी रखने का अधिकार है तो एक ही पत्नी सबके लिए होनी चाहिए, फिर ज्यादा क्यों होना चाहिए?
War of words between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP seems unending. Escalating attack on Aam Aadmi Party. BJP launches video war ahead of the Delhi battle. BJP tweeted Tihar jail spoof video to hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party. In a big breakthrough, the main accused, Goldie Brar, in the Sidhu Moose Wala murder probe was detained in California. Meanwhile, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann confirmed the detention of gangster Goldie Brar, further saying that Brar will definitely be brought to India and be in the custody of Punjab police very soon.
कनाडा में एक बहुत बड़ा गैंगस्टर बैठा था जो सब गैर सामाजिक कार्रवाइयां करवा रहा था, पैसे भेज रहा था या कुछ भी। गोल्डी ब्रार, उसको अमेरिका में डिटेन कर लिया गया है।
1984 anti-Sikh rioter is the star campaigner of the Vadra Congress. Pictures on your screens of Tytler campaigning for Congress ahead of the elections. Remember, this comes even after massive protests broke out against Tytler's insult to Sikhs. Noura Fatehi appeared before the Enforcement Directorate for recording her statement in connection with an ongoing money laundering probe against alleged conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. SP MLA Irfan Solanki and his brother Rizwan Solanki were arrested by the police today. Irfan Solanki was absconding following the issuance of a non-bailable warrant, reached the Commissioner's office to surrender earlier in the day. Sipping into a short commercial break. On the other side, getting you details of the controversy that has broken out in JNU. Yet again, casteist hate slogans painted on campus walls. Bengaluru hotel assault video shocks the nation. Demand for arrest of VVIP brat grows.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, as we'd been reporting earlier, is set to visit Belgavi on the 2nd of December. Bommai will visit the bordering village of Belgavi.
The Delhi Liquor Gate. Now, the Enforcement Directorate has now arrested Amit Arora. Now, remember, it's the 6th arrest in the case.
The joint operation for the BSF as well as the Punjab Police, as they have recovered 5 AK rifles, 5 pistols and 9 magazines that have been recovered from the Firozpur area.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken.
Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead.
Bajrang Dal staging protests over the comment made by the Israeli filmmaker and anger that is growing across the nation over the insult to Kashmiri Pandits.
Bilkis Bano has now moved the Supreme Court over the release of 11 convicts was challenged in the Supreme Court. Bilkis demanded to send everyone back to jail.
From Dibrugarh University, case of ragging had shocked the entire country.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of
the Enforcement Directorate on Thursday summoned Noora Fatehi on her role in the 200 crore Sukesh Chandrasekhar conman case. Now, it is interesting to note that another Bollywood starlet, Jacqueline Fernandez, has already been made as the co-accused in this case. But so far, Noora Fatehi, who has already made her name in Bollywood, has not been grilled so much by the Enforcement Directorate as well as the Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing, who are also investigating this matter. So it will now be interesting to see that whether this questioning by the Enforcement Directorate from Noora Fatehi result in increasing the troubles of Noora Fatehi, or will it result in her getting away from this case. Now, there is a lot of questioning which is being done by the Enforcement Directorate as well as the Delhi police officials in determining the role of Jacqueline Fernandez as well as Noora Fatehi, and determining that whether these Bollywood starlets were receiving gifts from the proceeds of crime generated by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Now, the trial for Jacqueline Fernandez is already going, but Noora Fatehi so far has not been able to get affected so much in this case. Yet, it will be interesting to see that now will the troubles of Noora Fatehi also increase. Just days before this questioning, a very close aide of conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar named Pinky Rani was arrested by the Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing. So again, it will be now very interesting to see that what this questioning from Noora Fatehi will be able to result in Economic Offences Wing of Delhi Police as well as the Enforcement Directorate really getting the vital evidence against not only conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar but also others who are involved in this case. With Vijay Mahindra, this is Piyush Ohri reporting for Republic TV.
Time now for a short break. On the other side, Smriti Irani has hit out saying we know exactly who is pushing the hate narrative in JNU. Also, Vadra Congress outraging the Sikh community again after making riot-tainted Jagdish Titler the star campaigner in the MCD polls in Delhi.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना, वो सपना जो बुना तुझे लगा गुनगुना।
कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
इसलिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, सपने आपके, लैमिनेट्स हमारा। अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए कुछ मेरा कुछ तुम्हारा।
These are the Kashmiri Pandit. They are staging protests because they are feeling the similar kind of situation what they faced in 90s in the Kashmir. And they are saying one thing that is very clear, that those who are trying to portray that the Kashmir Files movie was a propaganda, they are trying to just portray and give a clean sheet to those who have been culprits of the genocide of the Kashmiri Pandits.
Where 6 people have been reported dead and 15 injured in a collision between a road-based bus and a truck in Tapesipa in Bahraich. Former Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Minister Bharat Bhushan Anshu arrested by the Punjab Vigilance Bureau in connection with the 2,000 crore food grain transportation scam. Dibrugarh University on the ragging case there, which has caused serious concern and which has escalated. Dibrugarh police have arrested another student.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute
all day today on Republic.
Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, as we'd been reporting earlier, is set to visit Belgavi on the 2nd of December. Bommai will visit the bordering village of Belgavi.
The Delhi Liquor Gate. Now, the Enforcement Directorate has now arrested Amit Arora. Now, remember, it's the 6th arrest in the case.
The joint operation for the BSF as well as the Punjab Police, as they have recovered 5 AK rifles, 5 pistols and 9 magazines that have been recovered from the Firozpur area.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a
Thank you for staying with Republic. And the story that is making headlines from Karnataka. BJP leader K.C. Ramachandra's son Dhanush, who is in big trouble. He's been booked for allegedly assaulting restaurant employees at Bengaluru's Electronic City on Thursday. This after the hotel had refused to serve him food because it was time for them to shut down. Growing demand to arrest Dhanush. My colleague Prajwal, who spoke to his father, K.C. Ramachandra. Listen in.
Now, it has been over 10 days since an assault case has been reported from the Electronic City police station regarding one of the BJP leader's son going on to assault the hotel staff and workers of a hotel called as The Village. We have the father of Mr. Dhanush, the BJP leader itself. Let's go across and ask him as to what exactly happened and what are his clarifications. Sir, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ಓಡಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಜಾಲತಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು 15 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅಂದು. ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ? ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ ಜೊತೆ?
20/11/2022 ರಾತ್ರಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಂದು ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಅವನೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಂಟ್ರು. ಒಂದು 10-10:30 ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು 20-15 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರು ಬಂದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಊಟಕ್ಕೇನೋ ಹೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೊಟ್ಟದ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಮಾಹಿತಿ, ನಾನೇನು ನೋಡ್ದಾನಂತಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ನ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಊಟ ಇದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರು 15 ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ರೆಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾತು ಬೆರ್ತಿದೆ. ಬೆರ್ತಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಯಾರೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
And we cut across to breaking news coming in. Jaiveer Shergill has now officially joined the BJP. Former Congress Neta from Punjab, who is now a part of the BJP. He's been inducted officially into the party. This comes as a big setback to the Congress yet again, at a time when we see a lot of their veterans jumping ship to join the BJP. This is former Congress leader Jaiveer Shergill, who is now a part of the Saffron Party. He has been inducted. We'll put out that official document on your screens, which clearly states that he is now a part of the BJP. He's been inducted. And this has been done in the presence of JP Nadda, BJP National President, where the go-ahead has come. Jaiveer Shergill is now a part of the BJP. Trying to get you further details of how he has gone about doing this. Aishwarya Kapoor, Executive Editor Politics, with me on the phone line. Aishwarya, tell us more. Jaiveer Shergill, now a part of the BJP. What were his reasons of jumping ship? And most importantly, a big setback to the Congress benefiting the BJP.
Well, at this point of time, after Jairam Ramesh being given the media cell, there were several senior Congress leaders who were really unhappy with this decision. Jaiveer Shergill being
वो भाजपा के संकल्प को भलीभांति जानती हैं कि पुनः सरकार बनाने के बाद प्रदेश में भाजपा की सरकार गुजरात की बेटियों को केजी से लेकर पीजी तक मुफ्त शिक्षा की व्यवस्था करने वाली है। साथ ही गुजरात की महिलाएं ये जानती हैं कि कक्षा 9 से लेकर 12 तक बेटियों को पुनः सरकार बनाने के बाद मुफ्त की साइकिल भी प्राप्त होने वाली है। ये भी अभिनंदनीय है कि गुजरात की महिला इस बात का समर्थन करती है कि जो EWS श्रेणी की हमारी बेटियां हैं, उनका मेरिट लिस्ट में आने के बाद ये अधिकार बनेगा कि वो मुफ्त की इलेक्ट्रिक स्कूटी भाजपा सरकार द्वारा प्रदेश में प्राप्त करेंगे। विशेषतः जो हमारी सीनियर सिटीजन बहनें हैं, उनको यातायात की दृष्टि से पूरे प्रदेश में पुनः भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनने के बाद यातायात की बस में मुफ्त सुविधा भाजपा की सरकार दिलवाएगी। ये जानकर ऐसी बहनें आनंदित हैं और विशेषतः पारिवारिक दृष्टि से जनता के मध्य में जब हम जा रहे हैं तो जनता जनार्दन भाजपा के संकल्प की भी सराहना कर रही है कि आयुष्मान भारत की योजना के अंतर्गत एक तरफ भारत सरकार 5 लाख रुपए तक का स्वास्थ्य का संरक्षण दे रही है, दूसरी ओर पुनः भाजपा की प्रदेश में सरकार बनाने के बाद ये राशि 5 लाख से बढ़कर भाजपा की प्रदेश सरकार 10 लाख रुपए कर देगी। इन सभी संकल्पों के चलते सरकार के प्रगतिशील और विकास के पथ पर सुदृढ़ भूमिका के चलते मैं गुजरात में ऐतिहासिक जीत हो ये संकल्प पूर्ण करने के लिए जनता जनार्दन का आभार व्यक्त करती हूँ। આજે હું આપ સૌની વચ્ચે ગુજરાતની પ્રજાને ભાજપની કાર્યકર્તા બની આભાર અને અભિનંદન વ્યક્ત કરવા ઈચ્છું છું. ભાજપના કાર્યકર્તાઓ વારંવાર કહેતા કે ફરી એકવાર અમે ગુજરાતમાં સરકાર બનાવીશું, અને કાલે જ્યારે પ્રથમ ચરણની વોટિંગ થઈ ત્યારે આપ સૌ સાક્ષી છો કઈ રીતે ગુજરાતની પ્રજાએ પોલિંગ બૂથ પર આવી મત આપી ફરી એકવાર વિશ્વાસ વ્યક્ત કર્યો છે કે ગુજરાતની જનતા ઈચ્છે છે કે ભાજપની સરકાર બને. આવનારા 5 તારીખે બીજા રાઉન્ડ થશે વોટિંગની. એમાં અમે ભાજપના કાર્યકર્તાઓ નિવેદન કરીએ છીએ કે વોટર્સ પોતાનું મત આપી અધિકારની સાથે સાથે જે અમારી લોકતંત્ર પ્રત્યે જવાબદારી છે એને પણ અમે લોકો પૂર્ણ કરીએ. ગુજરાતની બહેનોએ વિશેષ ભાજપના સંકલ્પ પત્રમાં કેજી થી લઈ પીજી સુધી દીકરીઓને મુફ્ત શિક્ષણ આપનારી અમારા સંકલ્પને બહુ જ સમર્થન આપ્યું છે. વિશેષ ધોરણ 9 થી માંડીને 12 ધોરણ સુધી અમારી દીકરીઓને મફતની સાયકલ મળશે. આ સંકલ્પ સાંભળીને પણ ગુજરાતની બહેનોએ ખૂબ જ આશીર્વાદ નરેન્દ્રભાઈને અને ભારતીય જનતા પાર્ટીને આપ્યું છે. સાથે સાથ ઈડબ્લ્યુએસ કેટેગરીમાં જે દીકરી મેરિટ લિસ્ટમાં નામ જોડાવશે એને મફતની સ્કૂટી મળશે. આ સાંભળીને પણ ઘણી બધી આપણી દીકરીઓ આનંદિત થઈ છે. ભારતીય જનતા પાર્ટીની સરકાર ફરી એકવાર ગુજરાતમાં બનાયા પછી અમારી વડીલ બહેનોને ગુજરાતના મફત યાતાયાત કરવા મળશે. આ પણ વડીલ બહેનો માટે આનંદ અને સુખની વાત છે. પારિવારિક દૃષ્ટિથી ગુજરાતીઓએ ભાજપને અને ભાજપના નેતૃત્વને અભિનંદન આપ્યું છે કે મુખ્યમંત્રી
Gujarat of the BJP has been chosen by the people of Gujarat.
આયુષ્માન ભારત યોજનામાં હમણાં 5 લાખ રૂપિયા અપાઈ રહ્યા છે. એ ગુજરાત પ્રદેશમાં ભાજપની સરકાર બનાયા પછી આ રાશિ 10 લાખ સુધી થઈ જશે. ભાજપના આ સંકલ્પો અને વિકાસ હેતુ ભાજપના કાર્યોને જોઈ ગુજરાતની પ્રજા જે માન સન્માન અને પ્રેમ નરેન્દ્રભાઈને આપે છે, ભાજપને આપે છે, આ બદલ અમે બધા કાર્યકર્તાઓ ગુજરાતની પ્રજાના આભારી છીએ. ફરી એકવાર ગુજરાતમાં
I'm deeply grateful for the people of Gujarat to have blessed BJP time and time again.
સંકલ્પ નથી, આખા ગુજરાતનું સંકલ્પ બની ગયું છે. अब मीडिया के जो भी मित्र प्रश्न पूछना चाहें, द फ्लोर इज ओपन फॉर क्वेश्चंस. लेकिन मेरा निवेदन है कि प्रश्न पूछने से पहले अगर आप अपने आप को और अपने प्रकाशन अथवा अपने चैनल को आइडेंटिफाई करें तो मेरे लिए सहूलियत होगी.
आज तक से G20 की अध्यक्षता को लेकर जयराम रमेश ने कटाक्ष किया है और कहा है कि सरकार नाटक कर रही है.
एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय जिम्मेदारी जो भारत के वैभव को विश्व के सम्मुख प्रस्तुत करने का हर हिंदुस्तानी को मौका देता है. एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संकल्प.
So there you have Union Minister Smriti Irani in a press conference on the BJP's campaign in Gujarati. Viewers, we have big news coming in. A number of key appointments made by the BJP Captain Amrinder Singh and Sunil Jakhad, formerly top leaders of the Congress party in Punjab, have been appointed to the BJP's National Executive Committee by Party President Jagat Prakash Nadda. Just 5 minutes ago, we had told you how Jaiveer Shergill had formally joined the BJP. He has now been made a spokesperson of the party. But the big news is that Captain Amrinder Singh, former Chief Minister of Punjab, a long-time veteran Congress leader who quit the party before the recently held assembly elections in the state, as well as Sunil Jakhad, one of the Congress's senior-most leaders in Punjab. Formerly, his father also was a top Congress leader, and they have now not only both joined the BJP, but they have also been given top posts by the party. We have accessed the appointment letter of the BJP as well, and we also have Amandeep joining us. Amandeep, three very key leaders of the Congress party from Punjab now in the BJP and having been given posts as well. What more can you tell us?
Well, absolutely. And the point is that according to the capability of these leaders, this post has been given to them. So these Dr. Captain Amrinder Singh are having a lot of experience regarding the politics, and in fact, when they joined the BJP, it has been ensured that their experience will not get waste. And now, accordingly, this has been utilized, Ankit, and this is a very big announcement. Just because since they have joined BJP, Ankit, they are already expecting that what role and responsibility will be going to get, and in fact now it has been formally announced. Just because Captain is having a lot of experience, according to Sunil Jakhad, they both have a lot of experience regarding the politics, how to handle these kinds of positions. And in fact, Congress
did not evaluate both the leaders. They basically humiliated, and they have not actually evaluated the experience of these leaders. And in fact, now BJP knows how to utilize them, and BJP knows how their experience is going to be utilized for the BJP party, and that is the reason. It is a long back talks going on with the captain as well as the Sunil Jakhad regarding the positions, and in fact now it has been formally announced. Yes, Ankit.
Absolutely. So very big news there coming in from the BJP. So are we now to believe, Amandeep, that these leaders will now formally get into their new roles? Will we see them on the ground and campaigning? And also, will there be a formal ceremony? We generally see leaders join at a ceremony. Can we look forward to a spectacle as well?
Well, absolutely. Very soon it will be scheduled, Ankit, and in fact very soon, according to the party protocol, a formal ceremony will also be held and to give the responsibility for these leaders. And in fact very soon it will be scheduled, just because it is the trend of the BJP. Whatever responsibility will be given to any of the new faces, and freshly when the newly induct faces, a formal ceremony at the state level or the center level has been
Amandeep, I must interrupt you there. We need to head to Superfast, but we'll get all the details to our viewers on this. Viewers, the entire letter is on Republic World. Key posts given to three former Congress leaders. I thank Amandeep for joining us. Viewers, hello and welcome. It's time to take you through the top stories today on Superfast 50 with me, Ankit Prasad. Anti-Hindu and casteist graffiti was painted on the walls of the Jawaharlal Nehru University campus in New Delhi. The walls of the university were defaced with casteist hate threats. Meanwhile, the college vice-chancellor condemned the act, taking serious note of the incident. In a big breakthrough, the Supreme Court judge, or rather a Supreme Court judge, has filed a complaint against the JNU hate slogans. Condemning the act, the advocate Vineet Jindal said that JNU is becoming a hate factory. Union Minister Smriti Irani, in her first response to the casteist hate slogans at the JNU, said that educational institutions are being misused by certain elements in society. This comes after JNU's walls were defaced with anti-Hindu and casteist graffiti.
मानवीय मूल्यों के संचार के लिए जाने चाहिए उन शैक्षिक संस्थानों में इस प्रकार की टिप्पणियां न सिर्फ समाज को आहत करती हैं बल्कि समाज के सामने एक प्रश्न भी उत्पन्न करती हैं कि ऐसे शैक्षिक संस्थान में इस प्रकार की गतिविधि करने वाले वो कौन लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि वो ये दुस्साहस करेंगे और दंडित नहीं होंगे।
The ABVP president, in an exclusive conversation with Republic, condemned the rampant vandalism of academic spaces by alleged communist goons. Moreover, he said that academic spaces must be used for debates and discussion and not for poisoning the society and students' community.
तो हमने बार बार डीन्स हो या फिर वीसी मैडम हो या फिर जो भी अथॉरिटी हो वहाँ पर लगातार रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि आप चाहे सीए वाला आंदोलन को देखें, उस समय भी ये भद्र बातें लिखी गई थी। उसके बाद आप देखिए वंदना मिश्रा मैम जो कि जेएनयू की फैकल्टी है, 8 नवंबर 2019 को उनको 4 दिन के लिए कैद कर लिया था अपनी मूवमेंट के दौरान लेफ्ट ने। आज सेम फैकल्टी के ऊपर इंटिमिडेट करने के लिए, उनको डराने के लिए डॉक्टर प्रवेश चौधरी सर के ऊपर चैम्बर के आगे, डॉक्टर नलिनी महापात्रा सर के चैम्बर के आगे ऐसी अभद्र बातें लिखी गई है।
In a big breakthrough, the main accused in the Sidhu Moose Wala murder probe, Goldie Brar, was detained in California in the United States. He's allegedly been detained under the American anti-terror law. Meanwhile, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann confirmed the detention of gangster Goldie Brar. Touting his administration's law and order, Mann added that Brar will definitely be brought back to India and will be in the custody of the Punjab police very soon.
कि जो कनाडा में एक बहुत बड़ा गैंगस्टर बैठा था जो सब गैर सामाजिक कार्रवाइयाँ करवा रहा था, पैसे भेज रहा था या कुछ भी, गोल्डी ब्रार, उसको अमेरिका में डिटेन कर लिया गया है।
Announced that a committee will be formed for the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code in the state. The announcement was made by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, where he asked why there were 2 personal laws in one country. He added that the time has come for the implementation of the common Uniform Civil Code in India.
कि भारत में अब समय आ गया है कि एक समान नागरिक संहिता लागू होनी चाहिए। एक से ज्यादा शादी क्यों करे कोई? एक देश में 2 विधान क्यों चले? एक ही होना चाहिए। और मध्य प्रदेश में भी मैं कमेटी बना रहा हूं। समान नागरिक संहिता, एक पत्नी रखने का अधिकार है तो एक ही पत्नी सबके लिए होनी चाहिए, फिर ज्यादा क्यों होना चाहिए?
The war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP seems unending now in the last few days before the MCD polls, escalating its attack on the AAP. The BJP launched a video war ahead of the Delhi battle, tweeting a Tihar jail spoof video to hit out at Satyendra Jain's time in jail. Jagdish Tytler, an anti-Sikh 1984 riots accused, is the star campaigner of the Vadra Congress in Delhi, and Tytler has now been campaigning for the Congress ahead of the MCD polls as well. Remember, this comes even after massive protests broke out against Tytler's inclusion being called an insult to Sikhs. Actor Nora Fatehi appeared before the Enforcement Directorate for recording her statement in connection with an ongoing money laundering probe against alleged conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Viewers, we have breaking news coming in with regards to Australian cricket legend and former captain Ricky Ponting, whom we are told has been hospitalized. Ricky Ponting, former captain of Australia, winner of World Cups, has been hospitalized. He fell sick during commentary duties in Perth. He was taken to the hospital. We are told there are initial reports coming in that he is now feeling better, but he was taken off commentary duties. He was rushed to the hospital. This is Ricky Ponting, a player whom Indians know very well. He's had a long association with the IPL as well, and before that he was a household name across India during his playing days, most notably in the 2003 World Cup final. It was he who led to Australia beating India in that final. He has been hospitalized right now. He's a person who is known to keep fit and keep active. So we are really waiting to learn more details of why Ricky Ponting was rushed to hospital. This allegedly happened during commentary duties in Perth in Australia. So he was on commentary duty in his home country. He apparently fell sick and he was then hospitalized. What we are picking up is that he may be feeling better, but we'll await confirmation on that. Ricky Ponting is a face who is frequent at most cricket tournaments. I believe at this point he has been on commentary duties in the Australian local leagues. Viewers, will be back with more details on this. Coming back, viewers, to Superfast 50, the BJP brat Dhanush is still on the loose and the demand has only grown for him to be arrested. Remember, Dhanush, the son of a Karnataka BJP leader, had absconded, and it's been 11 days since he led an assault on a restaurant staff in Bengaluru after they refused to serve him. Samajwadi Party MLA Irfan Solanki and his brother Rizwan Solanki were arrested by the police. Irfan Solanki, who was absconding following the issuance of a non-bailable warrant against him, himself reached the police commissioner's office to surrender earlier in the day. Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Narottam Mishra has also supported Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan's announcement on a uniform civil code in the state while taking a dig at the Congress party simultaneously.
अब वक्त आ गया है जब एक विधान और एक संविधान और एक राष्ट्र के साथ में हम आगे बढ़ें। सुप्रीम कोर्ट की साहबाना जी को सुप्रीम कोर्ट से जीतने के बाद भी आपने हरा दिया था तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के कारण से। ये तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति ने देश को बहुत नुकसान किया है। मैं तो आदरणीय कमलनाथ जी से भी निवेदन करूंगा कि उनको भी समान नागरिक संहिता पर अपनी राय को स्पष्ट रूप से जनता के सामने रखना चाहिए।
Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has stated that as of now there is no plan for a uniform civil code in Maharashtra, but that the Shinde government will think of UCC implementation indeed.
तो मुझे लगता है कि धीरे धीरे सभी राज्यों को ये करना भी पड़ेगा। महाराष्ट्र भी उचित समय पर इसके बारे में सोचेगा। आज मैं उसके बारे में आधिकारिक घोषणा इसलिए नहीं करता हूं क्योंकि इस प्रकार की कोई भी घोषणा करने का अधिकार मुख्यमंत्री का होता है, लेकिन मुझे यह लगता है कि संविधान ने हम पर यह जिम्मेदारी डाली है कि हम अपने राज्यों में यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लाएं।
Union Minister Smriti Irani is on the campaign trail in Gujarat ahead of the second phase of Gujarat polls. In an exclusive conversation with Republic, Smriti Irani has reacted to the hate graffiti at the JNU campus while speaking to Republic. The National Investigation Agency or NIA has arrested absconding terrorist Harpreet Singh when he arrived from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. The Bombay High Court is likely to pronounce its verdict today on an application filed by Lieutenant Colonel Purohit seeking discharge from the 2008 Malegaon blast case. After Prime Minister Modi's 50-kilometer roadshow in Ahmedabad on Thursday, he's also addressed mega rallies in Gujarat today. Speaking in Patan, Prime Minister said that his double-engine government will work for and with the people. Multiple cases of cyber theft have been reported from the HSR layout police station in Bengaluru. Fraudsters have targeted senior citizens in the guise of bank agents over phone calls. Over 10 to 12 victims have been swindled of lakhs of rupees, we are told.
First thought any call you receive, you should get is that when the bank or the company has all your details, if you have an account, why the company or the bank will call you? That is the first thing which you have to ponder over it. So that is the the gullibility issue which they exploit. So I want to alert all the senior citizens more specifically to be careful when they receive such complaints, not heed to that kind of calls, nor they become victims of this kind of complaints.
After Prime Minister Modi's 50-kilometer roadshow in Ahmedabad, he will address a Vijay Sankalp Sammelan today in Gujarat as part of the 4 rallies that he is to address today across the state. The Supreme Court quashed the Kerala High Court order granting anticipatory bail to 4 people, including a former Director General of Police, in the case of alleged framing of scientist Nambi Narayan in the 1994 ISRO espionage case. The Vilnius port owners approached the Kerala High Court seeking protection of their assets, demanding central forces to be deployed for the protection of the port and its facilities, which had come under attack in a huge protest a few days ago. The state government said that it is open to deploying central forces, but only at critical assets and not all over Vilnius. Trouble seems to be spiraling for Satyendra Jain as key details of Jain's jail report have now come out, suggesting that he violated norms and rules of the prison and misused his official position to enjoy special treatment and facilities. After the shocking details of Aam Aadmi Party leader Satyendra Jain's jail probe emerged, the BJP has lashed out at the AAP minister.
Firstly, it is confirmed that not one but 2 child rapists, those accused under POCSO Act, were giving massage and malish, head massage, champi to Satyendra Jain. These were being called as physiotherapists by Arvind Kejriwal ji. But it is clear from the report that they had no experience in physiotherapy. Apart from that, there were more inmates who were giving special services to Arvind Kejriwal, and not because they wanted to, but because they were being pressurized and had been forced, and there was pressure being put by the jail administration.
The Punjab Police and BSF in a joint search operation have recovered a hexacopter drone equipped with modern technology and packets containing heroin weighing 5 kilos from fields near the Indo-Pakistan border. In an update, the post-narco test of Shraddha's killer Aftab has also been completed today. Remember, Aftab admitted to having killed and strangled Shraddha during his narco test that took place yesterday. The Kulgam police busted an extortion racket and arrested 5 robbers who were impersonating terrorists with fake weapons. The police received multiple complaints from the residents of being threatened by these quote-unquote terrorists. AIUDF chief Badruddin Ajmal has sparked a mega controversy by claiming that Hindus must learn from Muslims and marry their children early or else they have illegal affairs. The misogynist comment by Ajmal sparked a mega controversy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed a public rally in Gujarat's Patan and took on the Congress party, which he said has looted the country. He also told the people of Gujarat that their son, that is himself, is looking out for them from Delhi. Pakistan's new Chief of Army Staff, General Asim Munir, has made his first major reshuffle, appointing a DG-ISPR, the head of Pakistan's Inter-Services Public Relations military propaganda vehicle. In Andhra Pradesh, 2 lorries collided with each other and caught fire, claiming the lives of 4 people. The accident took place on the Pratipadu National Highway in Kakinada. The AIADMK staged a hunger strike in Coimbatore against issues including fuel price, power tariffs, inflation and others in the state. The Jammu and Kashmir Police and Army recovered arms and ammunition along with 10 packets of narcotics like heroin along the LOC in Kamalkot and Uri areas of North Kashmir's Baramulla district. In a shocking video from a government primary school in Tamil Nadu, class 4 students from the scheduled caste community were forced to clean bathrooms and pipes by the school's headmistress. The headmistress has now been suspended. A government-run law college took 6 teachers, including 4 Muslims, off duty temporarily after the ABVP accused them of promoting fundamentalism and negative thoughts about the government and the army. Bihar's Chief Minister Nitish Kumar said that there are enormous possibilities for filmmaking in Bihar, and his government has taken several measures to promote movie production in the state. A group of visiting UK lawmakers met with Taiwanese leader Tsai Ing-wen on Friday for discussions on security in the region and firming the relationship between the United Kingdom and Taiwan. South Korea on Friday sanctioned 8 North Korean individuals and 7 organizations suspected of engaging in illicit activities to finance the North's growing nuclear weapons and missiles program. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky marked on Thursday the 31-year anniversary of the referendum unifying Ukrainian regions, and after the collapse of the erstwhile Soviet Union, he also announced a government initiative to ban all religious organizations with ties to the Russian Orthodox Church. At least 2 civilians were killed and 6 others wounded nationwide by the latest Russian shelling in Ukraine. As per the Ukraine President's office, electricity was cut off in the recently liberated Ukrainian city of Kherson, causing residents to flee from there as well, we are told. In a big statement by US President Joe Biden on the Russia-Ukraine war, Biden said that America is ready to hold talks with Russia, but only if it wants to end its invasion. After massive backlash and week-long protests against the strict zero-COVID policy, China is all set to loosen COVID curbs, we are told. China will reportedly ease COVID restrictions and reduce mass testing after mass protests. Amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, France's President Emmanuel Macron and US President Joe Biden held talks during Macron's state visit to Washington. Both the countries accused Russia of war crimes in Ukraine. French President Macron also met US Vice President Kamala Harris at the headquarters of NASA in Washington, D.C. During the meeting, they discussed space exploration and agreed on strengthening US-France space cooperation across civil, commercial, and national security sectors. Several cities in Peru are experiencing severe drought-like situation. Residents of Peru have complained of facing the brunt of drought since the past few days, with no action taken by the authorities to provide them relief despite all their complaints. Rivers of glowing lava oozing from the world's largest active volcano, Mauna Loa, could swallow the main highway linking the east and west coasts of Hawaii's Big Island as early as this weekend, and there appears to be nothing that humans can do to stop it, according to experts. Hungary is increasingly running into petrol and diesel shortages. At hundreds of fuel stations across Hungary, a confusing mosaic of paper signs hangs from the pumps, we are told, to let customers know what is available and not available and what price and quantity. Finland's Prime Minister Sanna Marin warned on Friday that if Russia wins the war in Ukraine, other countries will feel empowered to do the same. Arab fans rejoiced as their final representative Morocco qualified for the next stage of the FIFA World Cup. Fans took to the streets celebrating the country's win. And Japanese and Spanish fans celebrated their teams progressing to the round of 16 on Thursday as they were leaving the Khalifa International Stadium in Doha, draped in their team's football paraphernalia. The Spanish and especially the Japanese fans were in a jubilant mood.
Bajrang Dal staging protests over the comments made by the Israeli filmmaker and anger that is growing across the nation over the insult to Kashmiri Pandits.
Bilkis Bano has now moved the Supreme Court over the release of 11 convicts was challenged in the Supreme Court. Bilkis demanded to send everyone back to jail.
From Dibrugarh University, case of ragging had shocked the entire country.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
These are the Kashmiri Pandits. They are staging protests because they are feeling the similar kind of situation what they faced in 90s in the Kashmir. And they are saying one thing that is very clear, that those who are trying to portray that the Kashmir Files movie was a propaganda, they are trying to just portray and give a clean sheet to those who have been culprits of the genocide of the Kashmiri Pandits.
Where 6 people have been reported dead and 15 injured in a collision between a road-based bus and a truck in Tapesipa in Bahraich. Former Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Minister Bharat Bhushan Anshu arrested by the Punjab Vigilance Bureau in connection with the 2,000 crore food grain transportation scam.
Dibrugarh University on the ragging case there, which has caused serious concern and which has escalated. Dibrugarh police have arrested another student.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners?
89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters
as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute
all day today on Republic.
Waterlogging has increased in the last 3 to 4 hours. Elphinstone station is shut, which means all those people who are hoping to go back home. When you look at that crowd, what's the message that Houston is sending out? There is also anticipation of a few announcements being made. What are your expectations when they both come up on stage? Are you expecting something big? I'm at the Jama Masjid in Bandra and there are thousands of people behind me. Why they are protesting, but the situation is pretty tense. Thousands of people that you see. 4 दिन की रिमांड है, 4 दिन की रिमांड. कुछ कहना चाहते हैं आप? पत्राचौल स्कैम, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग का चार्ज के बारे में क्या बोलना चाहते हैं आप?
Massive controversy as JNU walls defaced with anti-Hindu hate slogans. Union Minister Smriti Irani hits out, says we know who is pushing the hate narrative. Anger among the Sikh community as 1984 anti-Sikh riots accused Tytler is Congress's star campaigner for the MCD polls. Almost a fortnight after the assault on restaurant staff in Bengaluru, BJP leader's son still absconding. Sidhu Moose Wala murder probe widens. Gangster Goldie Bra detained in America. Will he be extradited? Jaivir Shergill made BJP national spokesperson. Captain Amrinder and Sunil Jhakar made a part of the BJP's national executive.
Thank you for staying with Republic. And well, there is a massive controversy after JNU walls were defaced with anti-Hindu hate slogans. The Vice-Chancellor has taken serious note of the incident of defacement of walls and faculty rooms by some unknown elements in SIS JNU. The Dean of School of International Studies and Grievances Committee has been asked to inquire and submit a report to the Vice-Chancellor at the earliest. We have several voices coming in on this. Let's listen in.
Once again, Jawaharlal University is in a controversy, and this time because of the anti-Brahmin, anti-Banya sloganings, those have been put up here. Remember that the walls have been defaced here inside the premises, and right now we are showing you the pictures of those walls which reads Brahmins leave the campus, and similar sort of slogans have been put up there on the other wall also, which reads there will be blood. So these slogans have now been put up here, and now walls have been defaced inside inside the JNU campus. This is not the first time when JNU is in controversy. Earlier also we have seen similar sort of controversies taking place, and this time again because of the slogans those have been put up here has now raised a lot of questions. Right now I'm also joined with ABVP President Rohit. Let me try to get in a word from him and understand about these slogans. रोहित कब पता चला आपको किस तरह के स्लोगन जो है यहाँ पर लिखे गए?
जी नमस्ते। कल सुबह ऐसे प्रोफेसर्स के चैम्बर में लिखना और यहाँ G20 का जो इंडिया की प्रेसिडेंसी थी उसको लेकर के सेमिनार कर रहे थे, तब हमको ये तमाम चीज़ें देखी। उसके बाद तुरंत हमने यहाँ के कोटा पुलिस को कंप्लेंट किया और सेंटर के चेयरपर्सन उनको कंप्लेंट किया। ऐसी तमाम चीज़ें स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेज में भी देखी गई, रिपोर्ट की गई और स्कूल ऑफ सोशल साइंसेज में भी देखी गई। तो ये वो जो लोग हैं आप क्लियर देख सकते हैं, इस बिल्डिंग में 2 फ्लोर्स पे ऐसी चीज़ें लिखी गई हैं। इसके बाद आप स्कूल ऑफ सोशल साइंसेज में देखेंगे एक सेम पैटर्न नज़र आता है, जो आप जो जेनोसाइड की बात करना, खून की बात करना, कैंपस छोड़ो या फिर तुम्हें तुमसे हम बदला लेंगे, बदियाँ लोग तुमसे हम बदला लेंगे, ब्राह्मणों से हम बदला लेंगे, ऐसी चीज़ें लगातार होती आई हैं। आप अलग अलग स्कूल्स में देखेंगे, इसी स्कूल में पेंट्री के बगल में आप देखेंगे लिखा खून से हम होली खेलेंगे।
इससे पहले भी इस तरह के स्लोगन लिखे गए हैं और ये सिर्फ ब्राह्मण समुदाय के खिलाफ नहीं है, कुछ स्लोगन ऐसे भी आए हैं इसमें बनियों के खिलाफ भी क्या मानते हैं, क्यों इस तरह के स्लोगन लिखे जा रहे हैं?
ये अभी चूँकि फ्रेशर्स आए हैं और ये अपना मसल और मनी पावर दिखाना चाह रहे हैं लेफ्ट के लोग। और इसमें से मैं एक बात बताना चाहूँगा, डॉक्टर वंदना मिश्रा मैम के भी चैम्बर के आगे लिखा है कि वही प्रोफेसर है जिनको उन्होंने 8 नवंबर 2019 को 3 दिन के लिए बंधक बनाया था, हॉस्टल बनाया था। फिर से ये इंटिमिडेट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, डराने और धमकाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। तो हमारा मानना है कि जो एकेडमिक स्पेसेस हैं, जैसे क्लास चल रही है, वैसी चीज़ों के लिए होना चाहिए, ना कि ऐसे जहर और समाज में जहर और वैमनस्य फैलाने के लिए होना चाहिए।
So now BBP is saying that this attempt has been done to spread some sort of positiveness in the society and that should be avoided. If you talk about the administration, so far administration has now ordered a high-level probe on this. We'll have to wait and watch what comes out of this entire investigation. This is Pushim Shrine, JNU for Public TV.
Meanwhile, the BJP has reacted strongly, saying we know who's pushing the hate narrative. Listen in to responses that have come in from Union Ministers Smriti Irani and Meenakshi Lekhi.
नहीं कहूँगी कि जो शैक्षिक संस्थान संस्कार का संचार करने के संस्थान हैं, मानवीय मूल्यों के संचार के लिए जाने चाहिए, उन शैक्षिक संस्थानों में इस प्रकार की टिप्पणियां न सिर्फ समाज को आहत करती हैं बल्कि समाज के सामने एक प्रश्न भी उत्पन्न करती हैं कि ऐसे शैक्षिक संस्थान में इस प्रकार की गतिविधि करने वाले वो कौन लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि वो ये दुस्साहस करेंगे और दंडित नहीं होंगे।
I feel usage of any derogatory word against any community is a bad thing and should not happen. We are all Indians and Indians need to stand by each other irrespective of their caste, color or creed. If you see my surname, it's Lekhi. A few 100 years ago, we'd given up the caste system.
Earlier also we have seen such sloganeering and also the defacement of walls. It keeps on happening. Do you think the strong actions?
I definitely believe and think that wherever these things are happening, and if it's an educational institution especially, such things are to be avoided and averted, and strong action against anyone who tries to divide the community.
Last question, ABVP is alleging that left is behind this. What do you have to say on this?
No, ABVP will have better knowledge because I don't belong to campus. People who are on the campus would know exactly what has transpired and has happened.
You demand action?
I definitely want action.
JNU है, ये एक अदारा है, वहाँ किसने क्या नारा लिखा है, ब्राह्मण है या दूसरा है, मैं नहीं समझता हूँ इसके ऊपर कोई ऐसी बात है, लेकिन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, कौन लिख के जाता है कोई पता नहीं ना। JNU है, ये एक अदारा है, वहाँ किसने क्या नारा लिखा है, ब्राह्मण है या दूसरा है, मैं नहीं समझता हूँ इसके ऊपर कोई ऐसी बात है, लेकिन इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, कौन लिख के जाता है कोई पता नहीं ना।
And those are the responses coming in. Remember, an investigation is underway to find out the suspects and those who are responsible for putting out these hate slogans. CCTV footage that is being examined, and the staffers in the campus who are being questioned. A report to the VC is to be submitted soon by the dean.
See, this training was conceptualized earlier and we are taking it forward. It's a step in the right direction because, as you are aware, the peace is returning in Assam. And the Armed Forces Special Act is going out of many places, which is a very heartening situation. To maintain this peace, the police responsibility of the police increases. So it's a step for increasing capability of the police. Now this is a 40 weeks training what we are undergoing. We'll have basic military training in which the basics of military discipline, physical fitness and also weapon handling would be covered. In second, advanced military training, which is of 25 weeks. This will have counter-insurgency operations, special operations, and also aspects of police, which will be covered by the police instructors. Now, we have gone around and seen the arrangement. Our instructors we have chosen are right for giving the right kind of training to this very motivated recruits, which I have met them, and I can see the selection is very correct. So we can take it forward.
So from time to time, as far as the counter-insurgency operation is concerned, there has been a lot of debates going on over the last many years, and it is always said and by many experts of internal security that it's always better if you put the internal security agencies mostly in the CI operations. Then also they suggest that it's always better to use the local police rather than the armed forces as far as CIA operation is concerned. Do you also agree to it? And also, do you think that this specialized training being provided by the army will take that very same step much ahead?
You can't be more right than what you have said. I think the point is absolutely correct. And that has been realized because the army, while they have a secondary role in internal security situations, but it is always better that the local police and state police takes over the responsibility. So our focus is to improve the capability of state police so that army can be totally dedicated for their conventional task. So this is what is happening, and I fully agree with this.
We're slipping into a very short commercial break. On the other side, we get you details. Almost after a fortnight of assault on restaurant staffers, BJP Neta's son is still absconding. Meanwhile, Sidhu Moose Wala murder probe widens as gangster Goldie Brar has been detained in the United States. Question being, will he be extradited next?
Chief Minister Baswaraj Bommai, as we'd been reporting earlier, is set to visit Belgavi on the 2nd of December. Bommai will visit the bordering village of Belgavi.
The Delhi liquor gate. Now, the Enforcement Directorate has now arrested Amit Arora. Now, remember, it's the 6th arrest in the case.
The joint operation for the BSF as well as the Punjab Police, as they have recovered 5 AK rifles, 5 pistols and 9 magazines that have been recovered from the Firozpur area.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam.
Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer? The entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening there, it's a very clear indication about how these confessions are actually doctored and taken.
Delhi High Court has said the riots in 2020 evidently did not happen in the spur of the moment.
We see a split verdict in the Supreme Court. The one thing that needs to be understood is what is going to happen ahead. Bajrang Dal staging protests over the comment made by the Israeli filmmaker and anger that is growing across the nation over the insult to Kashmiri Pandits.
Bilkis Bano has now moved the Supreme Court over the release of 11 convicts was challenged in the Supreme Court. Bilkis demanded to send everyone back to jail.
From Dibrugarh University, case of ragging had shocked the entire country.
As Gujarat goes to polls on the 1st of December, 89 of 182 seats will vote.
Where high voltage political battle has broken out in the state of Gujarat since the bipolarity of the state.
Will the BJP score a record victory in Gujarat? Is the Aam Aadmi Party even a factor?
Politics has been challenged for the first time. Watch the fastest updates only on India's election headquarters
on Republic TV.
These are the Kashmiri Pandit. They are staging protests because they are feeling the similar kind of situation what they faced in 1990s in the Kashmir. And they are saying one thing that is very clear, that those who are trying to portray that the Kashmir Files movie was a
And anger is mounting over the Bengaluru assault video. The demand to arrest the VIP brat is rising with every passing day. Republic has now questioned BJP leader K.C. Ramachandra, whose son was seen assaulting hotel staffers after they had refused to serve him food because the hotel was shutting down. He's been absconding for 11 days now, this despite 7 who've been detained. Republic being the only channel to have spoken to his father. Listen in.
Assault case has been reported from the Electronic City police station regarding one of the BJP leader's son going on to assault the hotel staff and workers of a hotel called as The Village. We have the father of Mr. Dhanush, the BJP leader itself. Let's go across and ask him as to what exactly happened and what are his clarifications. Sir, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ಓಡಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಜಾಲತಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು 15 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಅಂದು. ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ್ನ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗನ ಜೊತೆ?
20/11/2022 ರಾತ್ರಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಂದು ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಅವನೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಂಟ್ರು. ಒಂದು 10-10:30 ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು 20-15 ಜನ ಹುಡುಗರು ಬಂದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಊಟಕ್ಕೇನೋ ಹೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೊಟ್ಟಂತ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಮಾಹಿತಿ, ನಾನೇನು ನೋಡ್ದಾನಂತಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ನ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಊಟ ಇದೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವ್ರು 15 ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು ರೆಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾತು ಬೆರ್ತಿದೆ. ಬೆರ್ತಂಥ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ಯಾರೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಥಳೀಯವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಒಬ್ಬ, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆನವರು. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನವ್ರು ಸರ್, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ನಿಯರ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸುತ್ತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗನೇ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ 15 ಜನ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಹುಡುಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬೇಸರ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೋ ಬಿಟ್ರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಇಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವ್ರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಹೋಟ್ಲ್ನವರು. ಆ ಹೊಡಿತಕ್ಕ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದವ್ರು ತಿರುಗಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂಥ ಅಸಾಲ್ಟ್ಸು ಏನೂ ಅಂಥದ್ದಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬೇಸರವಾಗತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇದೂ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ನಮಗೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್, ಇದ್ರ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ ಏನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಇವಕ್ಕೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ 4 ದಿವಸ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ. ನನ್ನೇ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ನಮಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಅವನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
So I'm just translating as to what Mr. K.C. Ramachandra has gone on to say. He is stating that it was Dhanush's birthday on the 20th of November and they had prepared food over here only and they had distributed it to all the villagers and the people who had come in to wish Dhanush for his birthday. But then a group of around 15 to 20 people
All right, and other stories that are making news this afternoon. Anti-Hindu graffiti were painted on the walls of JNU campus in Delhi. The walls of the university were defaced with casteist hate slogans. Meanwhile, the college vice-chancellor has condemned the act, taking serious note of the incident. Union Minister Smriti Irani, in her first reaction to casteist hate slogans at JNU, said educational institutions are being misused by certain elements in the society. This comes after JNU walls were defaced by anti-Hindu graffiti.
मूल्यों के संचार के लिए जाने जाने चाहिए। उन शैक्षिक संस्थानों में इस प्रकार की टिप्पणियां न सिर्फ समाज को आहत करती हैं बल्कि समाज के सामने एक प्रश्न भी उत्पन्न करती हैं कि ऐसे शैक्षिक संस्थान में इस प्रकार की गतिविधि करने वाले वो कौन लोग हैं जो जानते हैं कि वो ये दुस्साहस करेंगे और दंडित नहीं होंगे।
BJP government in Madhya Pradesh announced that a committee will be formed for the implementation of UCC in the state. The announcement was made by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, where he asked why there were two personal laws in one country. He further said that time has come for the implementation of Common Uniform Civil Code in India.
भारत में अब समय आ गया है कि एक समान नागरिक संहिता लागू होनी चाहिए। एक से ज्यादा शादी क्यों करे कोई? एक देश में दो विधान क्यों चलेगी? एक ही होना चाहिए। और मध्य प्रदेश में भी मैं कमेटी बना रहा हूं। समान नागरिक संहिता, एक पत्नी रखने का अधिकार है तो एक ही पत्नी सबके लिए होनी चाहिए, फिर ज्यादा क्यों होना चाहिए?
Bollywood actor Noora Fatehi appeared before the Enforcement Directorate for recording her statement in connection with the ongoing 200 crore money laundering probe against conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar and associates. Now, Noora Fatehi has been questioned by the federal agency in the past. She will be questioned about Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and her statement will be recorded under the sections of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, that is PMLA. Republic was the first to get you details of Noora Fatehi being called in for questioning this morning. And remember, questioning continues where Noora Fatehi is being asked on conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So after Jacqueline Fernandez, it is actor Noora Fatehi who is facing the heat of the agency and having to answer on what exactly was she aware of while she received all those gifts from alleged conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Remember, he has time and again distanced himself and said that his friends that include Noora Fatehi and Jacqueline are unaware of all that he was or his business activities. However, they had taken some very, very expensive gifts from the alleged conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. And I want to bring in my colleague Piyush, who's with us on the broadcast. Piyush, questioning for Noora continues. On what lines is she being asked by the ED?
So yes, Suyesha, you rightly said that the questioning for Noora Fatehi continues at the Enforcement Directorate, and this has been continuing now for over 3 hours. As you rightly said that while Jacqueline Fernandez, another Bollywood starlet, has been made as the co-accused by the Enforcement Directorate in the alleged 200 crore case run by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, Noora Fatehi as of now may not have faced that much of heat from the Enforcement Directorate as well as the Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing, which is also investigating the matter. But now, since she is being questioned by Enforcement Directorate, it would be interesting to see that when the questioning ends, would the heat on Noora Fatehi actually increase or decrease from here on? So it will be now interesting to see that what would be the stance that would be taken by the investigative agencies, namely the Enforcement Directorate, as well as the Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing, which is investigating this 200 crore extortion, 200 crore con case run by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. I also want to bring to your notice that just few days back, the Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing had arrested Pinky, who was the associate of Sukesh Chandrasekhar in this case. So yes, while we are focusing on Bollywood starlet Jacqueline Fernandez in this entire case, we must also make sure that there are also other players involved in it. And the questioning by Enforcement Directorate to Noora Fatehi makes us realize that yes, there may be more players that may be involved in this 200 crore extortion case. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Piyush, tracking every development very, very closely. For the moment, thank you for joining us. We now play out a 1-minute report.
Sidhu Moose Wala's murder case mastermind Goldie Barad has been detained in US, and in fact this detention is being done by the US police and FBI following the red corner notice. And in fact Goldie Barad has recently shifted his base from Canada to US, and he has been detained nearby the Salt Lake city. And in fact this confirmation has been given by Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann that the mastermind of Sidhu Moose Wala murder case has been detained in US, and further procedure to bring him back in Punjab will be followed. And in fact Punjab police has also prepared a dossier against Goldie Barad, and in fact that dossier will be shared with the US government to bring him back. But finally the mastermind of Sidhu Moose Wala case and the other activities happening in Punjab, Goldie Barad, has been detained in US, and in fact he was also seeking the political asylum in US itself. And meanwhile the US police and FBI have detained him nearby Salt Lake City.
Time for a short break. Our big focus this afternoon, massive controversy after JNU involves the defaced with anti-Hindu hate slogans. Also, there is anger mounting among the Sikh community after 1984 riot accused Jagdish Titler has been put out as the star campaigner for the Congress in the MCD polls.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
These are the Kashmiri Pandit. They are staging protests because they are feeling the similar kind of situation what they faced in 90s in the Kashmir. And they are saying one thing that is very clear, that those who are trying to portray that the Kashmir Files movie was a propaganda, they are trying to just portray and give a clean sheet to those who have been culprits of the genocide of the Kashmiri Pandits.
Where 6 people have been reported dead and 15 injured in a collision between a road-based bus and a truck in Tapesipa in Bahraich. Former Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Minister Bharat Bhushan Anshu arrested by the Punjab Vigilance Bureau in connection with the 2,000 crore food grain transportation scam. Dibrugarh University on the ragging case there, which has caused serious concern and which has escalated. Dibrugarh police have arrested another student.
A high voltage battle which will decide the nation's political trajectory. Who will break their records and which faces will be the winners? 89 out of the 182 seats go to polls. Stay tuned to India's election news headquarters as Gujarat goes to polls. Live coverage minute by minute all day today on Republic.
Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, as we'd been reporting earlier, is set to visit Belgavi on the 2nd of December. Bommai will visit the bordering village of Belgavi.
The Delhi liquor gate. Now, the Enforcement Directorate has now arrested Amit Arora. Now, remember, it's the 6th arrest in the case.
The joint operation for the BSF as well as the Punjab police, as they have recovered 5 AK rifles, 5 pistols and 9 magazines that have been recovered from the Firozpur area.
The report exposes how Robert Vadra and Huda's family conspired together in a multi-crore scam. Mr. Malia, why are the questions bothering you when I'm not getting a single answer?
The
entire disputed land will be handed over to the Hindu parties to make a Ram temple.
The mental torture of Jadhav that is consistently happening.
એટલે ખાલી આનંદ આવે એવું નહીં. આનંદ આવે એટલે આનંદ તો આવે જ. આણંદ તો પ્રેરણા ભૂમિ છે, પ્રેરણા ભૂમિ છે. આણંદ એ સંકલ્પોની ભૂમિ છે. આ એ પવિત્ર ધરતી છે જ્યાં સરદાર વલ્લભભાઈ પટેલે એક ભારત શ્રેષ્ઠ ભારતનો સંકલ્પ સાકાર કર્યો. રાજા રજવાડાઓને એક કર્યા. અને આ મારું સૌભાગ્ય છે ભાઈઓ કે વિશ્વનું સૌથી ઊંચું સ્ટેચ્યુ ઓફ યુનિટી એ બનાવવાનું સૌભાગ્ય મને મળ્યું. અને આખી દુનિયામાં સરદાર સાહેબનું નામ લોક જીભે ચર્ચામાં ચડ્યું. ખાલી એની ઊંચાઈના કારણે નહીં, બાવલાની ઊંચાઈના કારણે નહીં, આ બાવલાની ઊંચાઈ પછી એના વ્યક્તિત્વની ઊંચાઈનો લોકોને સમજણ પડવા માંડી. જે લોકોએ દબાવી રાખ્યું હતું ને બધું બહાર આવવા માંડ્યું. હમણાં હું એકતાનગર ગયો હતો સરદાર સરોવર ડેમ પર. તો યુનાઇટેડ નેશન્સના સેક્રેટરી જનરલ ત્યાં આવ્યા હતા. દુનિયાના સૌથી મોટું જે સંગઠન છે એના વડા. અને મારી સાથે સરદાર સાહેબને શ્રદ્ધાંજલિ આપવા માટે આવ્યા. તો એમણે કહ્યું કે નરેન્દ્રભાઈ, મારે માટે ખરેખર આ યાત્રા સુખદ યાત્રા છે. એવું કેમ? તો કે હવે અહીં આવવાનું થયું એટલે હું જરા સરદાર સાહેબ વિશે વાંચવા માંડ્યો. મારા જે લોકો મને રિપોર્ટિંગ કરતા હોય, ફીડબેક આપતા હોય પ્રવાસ પહેલા, એ મારી ટીમે અધ્યયન કર્યું. અને સરદાર સાહેબનું આટલું મોટું વ્યક્તિત્વ જો હું અહીંયા ન આવ્યો હોત તો મારું ધ્યાન જ ન ગયું હોત. અને હું તો મારું માથું ગર્વથી ભરાઈ ગયું કે આવો મહાપુરુષ આ પૃથ્વી પર થયો હતો. સરદાર સાહેબના આટલા વખાણ યુએન સેક્રેટરી જનરલે મારી સામે કર્યા. ભાઈઓ, સરદાર સાહેબની પ્રેરણા, ભારતની એકતા, આના આ ભાવને કારણે આજે ભારત દુનિયાની અંદર એક મોટી તાકાત બનતું જઈ રહ્યું છે ભાઈઓ. અને એ સત્ય છે ભાઈ, કોંગ્રેસને સરદાર સાહેબ સાથે એને સરદાર સાહેબ વાંધો અને દેશની એકતા સામે વાંધો. કારણ કે એનું આખું રાજકારણ ભાગલા પાડો અને રાજ કરો આ જ હતું. અને સરદાર સાહેબનું એક કરો એનું હતું તો મેળ જ ન પડે ને. એટલે સરદાર સાહેબને ક્યારે પણ એમણે પોતાના ના ગણ્યા. તમે આ કોંગ્રેસના નેતાઓ વોટ માંગવા આવે જ તમારે ત્યાં આવે તો મારો તરફથી એક સવાલ પૂછશો, જરા મને હાથ ઊંચો કરીને પૂછશો. હું આ બધા ગુજરાતના નાગરિકોને કહું છું, કોઈ કોંગ્રેસનો નેતા આવે તો એક પ્રશ્ન પૂછજો કે આ સરદાર વલ્લભભાઈ પટેલ કોંગ્રેસમાં હતા? પહેલો પ્રશ્ન પૂછજો. પછી એમને પૂછજો કે આ સરદાર સાહેબે દેશને એક કરવાનું કામ કર્યું હતું? બીજો પ્રશ્ન પૂછજો. અને પછી ત્રીજો પ્રશ્ન પૂછજો કે સરદાર સાહેબનું સરદાર સરોવર ડેમ પર દુનિયાનું સૌથી મોટું સ્મારક બન્યું છે, તમે કોઈ વાર જઈ આવ્યા ખરા? ત્યાં પગે લાગી આવ્યા? કોંગ્રેસના લોકોએ ત્યાં જવું જોઈએ કે નહીં ભાઈઓ? સરદાર સાહેબને શ્રદ્ધાંજલિ આપવી જોઈએ કે ના આપવી જોઈએ? સરદાર સાહેબનો આદર કરવો જોઈએ કે ના કરવો જોઈએ?
આ મોદીએ સરદાર સાહેબનું પુતળું બનાવ્યું એટલે સરદાર સાહેબ જોડે તમને આપડછેડ ભાઈ આવી કોંગ્રેસને સજા કરવી પડે કે ના કરવી પડે આ વખતે આણંદ જિલ્લો એકતા બતાવીને આ સરદાર સાહેબનું અપમાન કરનારાઓને સજા કરશે કે નહીં કરે ભાઈ ભાઈઓ બહેનો આ કોંગ્રેસ પાર્ટી આપણા ગુજરાતમાં શું કર્યું એણે જાત જાત જોડે લડાઈ એક જાતને બીજી જાત જોડે એક ગામને બીજા ગામ જોડે શહેરને ગામડા જોડે જિલ્લા જોડે ગુજરાતને સૌરાષ્ટ્ર જોડે લડાવો 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 ભાગલા પાડો ભાગલા
Across to breaking news coming in top Chhattisgarh bureaucrat in Bhupesh Baghel government has been arrested. Deputy Secretary in the office of Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, who is Soumya Chaurasia, he's been arrested in the coal extortion case. Chaurasia is one of the top bureaucrats in Bhupesh Baghel's office. He's now been arrested, and this is in connection with the coal extortion case. Shavan Sen will join us shortly to give us more details of Soumya Chaurasia and what exactly is been suspected against him. But we can confirm that he's the top bureaucrat in the Bhupesh Baghel government, and he has been arrested. Also coming in for sure that this is in connection with the coal extortion case. He is the top officer. Shavan Sen is with me on the broadcast. Shavan, give us details of Soumya Chaurasia's arrest and what is being looked into.
Is a big arrest that has been made in Chhattisgarh. Remember, we are now given to understand that top bureaucrat in Bhupesh Baghel's office has now been placed under arrest by the Enforcement Directorate. This is in the coal extortion case. We are picking up details that Deputy Secretary in the Chief Minister's office, Soumya Chaurasia, a Deputy Commissioner, has now been placed under arrest. What are the basic charges? We are not sure at this point in time, but what we can confirm to our viewers is that this is the second big arrest that has been made in the coal extortion case, in which the allegation essentially being that in just about 16 months, 500 crore rupees in an illegal manner was taken from the coal traders. In fact,